There is a certain kind of strength you can't see from the outside, a strength that isn't measured in power levels or how loud you can shout. It's the kind of strength Gohan had all along, buried deep within him, beneath layers of doubt, hesitation, and fear. For most of his life, Gohan never wanted to be a fighter. He never wanted the responsibilities that came with being the son of Earth's greatest warrior, Goku. All he wanted was to live in peace. But sometimes, life doesn't give you that choice. When Cell first appeared, Gohan was just a boy. Powerful, yes, but uncertain. His father had always been the one to step up to save the day. Goku had been the hero, the protector. But as that battle with Cell raged on, it became painfully clear. Goku wasn't enough this time. The unthinkable happened. Goku, the pillar of strength that held everything together, was gone. Sacrificed himself, leaving Gohan alone in the face of Earth's greatest threat. And in that moment, everything seemed lost. Imagine what that must have felt like, to watch your father, your hero, your protector, die in front of your eyes. That horror is something no child should ever have to bear. But Gohan did. And in that moment, he wasn't just fighting Cell anymore. He was fighting the monstrosity of his own self-doubt. He was fighting against the belief that he was not enough, that he couldn't do this without his father. And who could blame him for feeling that way? After all, Goku had always been the one to rise when no one else could. But something incredible happened. In the depths of that despair, with the Earth hanging on the edge of destruction, Gohan's true power began to stir. It wasn't just his physical strength that awakened. It was the realization that, for the first time, he couldn't rely on anyone else. He couldn't wait for someone stronger to step in. He had to be the one to protect the people he loved. And in that moment of clarity, when he stopped holding back, when he stopped doubting himself, Gohan's hidden strength, his true strength, finally surfaced. You see, Gohan's real power wasn't just about being able to transform into Super Saiyan 2. His real power was in his heart, in his will to protect, in his refusal to let those he cared about suffer. He had to dig deeper than he ever thought possible. Not because he wanted to, but because he had to. And that's the lesson here, fellow Dragon Ball fan. Sometimes life will throw you into situations that feel too big, too overwhelming. But it's in those moments, when you feel like you can't go on, that you discover who you truly are. When Gohan stood face to face with Cell, he wasn't just fighting to survive. He was fighting for everyone who believed in him. He was fighting for his father's legacy, for his friends, for his planet. And in that battle, he discovered that the limits he had placed on himself were just that, limits, false barriers created by his own mind. The truth is, there was no limit to what Gohan could do. And there's no limit to what you can do. Remember, Gohan didn't want to be a fighter. He didn't want the responsibility. He didn't seek out the role of protector. But life doesn't always give us the luxury of choosing our battles. Sometimes the battles choose us. And when they do, we have to make a choice. We can either give in to the fear, or we can rise to meet the challenge. Gohan chose to rise. But it wasn't easy. Gohan didn't become powerful because it was his destiny. He became powerful because he embraced who he was. He stopped pretending to be someone else. He accepted that yes, he was different from his father. He didn't have the same thirst for battle. the same hunger for combat. But that didn't make him weak. It made him human. And it was that humanity, that deep love and compassion that fueled his strength. Goku had always believed in Gohan. From the very beginning, he saw the potential in him, even when Gohan couldn't see it in himself. And in the end, Gohan had to realize that it wasn't about living up to his father's expectations. It was about believing in himself. That's something we can all learn from. Your greatest potential doesn't come from trying to be like someone else. It comes from embracing who you are and letting that be enough. When Gohan unleashed his full power against Cell, it wasn't just about destroying a villain. It was about proving to himself that he was capable of greatness. It was about showing the world that strength doesn't always look the way we expect. Sometimes the quiet ones, the hesitant ones, the ones who are unsure of themselves, they're the ones with the greatest power of all. Gohan's story is a reminder to all of us that our limits are not real. They're just walls we've built inside our own minds. And when the moment comes, when everything is on the line, when there's no one else to turn to, you have to be the one to break those walls down. You have to dig deeper than you ever thought possible. Because just like Gohan, you have a hidden strength inside you. A strength that only reveals itself when you stop holding back. So, the next time you face a challenge, the next time you feel like you're not enough, remember Gohan. Remember that even the most reluctant hero can become the most powerful. All it takes is the courage to believe in yourself, to believe that no matter what life throws your way, you have the power to rise, the power to protect, the power to become more than you ever imagined.